few things. You know, like I do product marketing decently well enough. This is not my product marketing spiel. What I'm going to say is real, right? There are a few people in India that you meet and you see their skill and you wonder, like, you know, how many millions can you pay that guy so he can get like 1 month of his time with you, right? That is Rakesh. Where is Rakesh? Rakesh ji? Okay. So while he comes, I'll actually like, you know, set the expectations, right? We all in our careers build one product, two products maybe, right? He has built and sold 10 products in the last 13 years. All of the 10 products were sold because they were so good at SEO, right? From 35,000 rupees to 100 crore worth of businesses, he has built all of that in the back of spectacular SEO capabilities, right? And
hello.
Just like he just told me when I was down here, he can do SEO without a computer because it's his muscle memory, right? So all of us struggle with SEO, irrespective of what stage you are in, right? So this session is going to be a workshop. He is going to actually. So how many SEO guys have you seen who would come to a conference like this, open their laptops, and actually start doing SEO stuff in front of you? That's his reputation. That's what he's going to do, right? One more thing. You would be distributed some stress balls. Every session is recorded. You will get the recording. Yeah. So
I don't need white one.
You don't need to take photographs. You can't take photographs because he's actually working, right? So the expectation is so high, right?
Bajate, chalo.
So you will be.
Nah, I'll be okay with
You will be
standing.
given
I
some
just want
stress
some
balls,
standing
like
table
the
if
smiley balls, right? So the more wisdom you get, every moment of wisdom that you gain, throw the balls to the stage. Just make sure. I'm serious. We want to collect all the smileys and see how many inflection points we have like invoked in your heads at the end of this session. Just make sure that like the hat stays on his head. Okay? Just don't aim at him, just throw it here.
Nah, I'll dose it up.
Yeah. Over to you, sir.
Okay. Thank you, Ashwin. So what they are responsible for converting it, I'll be responsible to bring that traffic. Okay, so we complement each other. Thank you for the introduction, Ashwin. Let me set it up. My computer's here. So the session is pretty simple. I'll be doing like I do in my office. I don't care who you are, where you are coming from. I'll just assume that I'm working with my team, and the way we do is a very workable format. Okay. And I'll be referring notes. I'll be referring also tools. I'm not affiliate with any of those. I use these tools for my practice. I don't get paid or promotion. There is nothing out of it. I just use it in my office. I'm going to open up my 13 years of experience, and they have given only 1.5 hours. So I'll try to use all of that hour. You don't worry who am I, what I have sold. Just look at the content. If you like it, good, go and implement it. If you don't like it, just read more and just to improve. SEO game is not about beating the competitors. It just keep doing it. आपका stress होता है SEO के बारे में क्या करना है बहुत people made SEO like little hype. It's more tactical. It's not for CEOs. There are teams who would execute it. I wanted to reduce your stress balls. So me and Ankit said, let's bring the stress balls. And if you like something, throw at me. I'm okay with it, right? So and then we'll create some fun out of it. This is how we work. So how many of you, while he fixes our technical stuff, let's have a conversation. How many of you are actually SEO driven companies? Just SEO driven, like only SEO. Who wants to do SEO and like, wow. Let's make some money. I'm Gujarati, I like Danda. So I talk word about Galla. So anything, when I'm sleeping, I want leads. So when I wake up, I have a lot of leads. Right? And also, I don't like to spend more on PPC because you make them Google more rich, and then he comes and screws us back. They change the algo theorem. This year their algo theorem is, wow, you are so good, right? Your website is so good. You follow all these EAT guidelines, and next year I'm screwed up. Okay. So again, they keep changing it, but you do it in a very proper way. I'll show you some of the use cases how to do it properly. Then you don't have to worry about it. Right? We had a dry run in the morning to make sure that it works, but you know how system breaks, right? So, yeah. दो है मेरे भाई, या दो दे देना. Because I'm going to throw this, okay, let's do it while he fixes. I'm going to throw these two balls, and we are going to roast that people. Okay, which means if you, I'll give you pen and paper so that you can write down your website. I'll take that as use case. Okay. Right? And if you don't want that to be done, if you're a little shy, just throw it back somewhere. And the person who catches, I'll just throw this one and this one. Okay. Okay. So this is pen. Ankit, the people who got the ball, can you ask them to write their website URLs? Here, two of them, one this side, one this side. Okay. So while he fixes, I'll clear up some vocabularies. Chala, good. So we'll clear up. Okay, I'm going to clear up some vocabularies here because the world has made SEO so complex. Okay, and I'll simplify the whole process. By the end of the session, I want you to understand that SEO is not rocket science. There is no MBBS or doctor degree required for it. I'm a SSC fail guy. If I can do it, you all can do it. Right? So, this right-hand side people, raise your hands. All of you. Okay. This is what we call right silo. Okay. All the people sitting on this is what we call right silo. Left side, please. This will call left silo. Okay. 2 rows, raise your hand. We call this as a cluster. Okay. What is your name?
My name is Bhavik.
So Bhavik is entity. This is how SEO is. Okay. So if you have men's shoes and women's shoes is one cluster, women's shoe is one cluster. Okay. Inside men's shoe, men's shoe is one silo, women's shoe is another silo. Silo clear? Yes. Okay. The second concept. What about cluster? So running shoes, jogging shoes, those becomes your small cluster. Inside it, Nike brand, place, entity, which is called entity. Place, name, location, these are your entities. Okay, 3 things. Google understands like Wikipedia. The best way to understand Google is how Google crawls your Wikipedia page. Okay, it works majorly on your interlinking, understanding what you are, who you are. Think Google as andha hai wo, okay, blind. It comes to your website, starts looking at your first meta title of your home page, tells you who you are. Then it is meta description. First H1 of your website tells what this product is all about. Okay, this is how you start crawling into it. Now you have multiple contents. Just say, okay, this content is which silo? Left silo, right silo. Okay, and it's a big pool. Then inside it, you divide it in the cluster. Okay, write that cluster. If you write one big article, Google will get confused. Instead of you have big topic, just divide them in small articles. Then that is called that cluster of that whole topic. Inside those clusters, there are entities which are referring to brand. So you interlink it. That's how you do it. Clear? Okay. Any updates? Do you want me to restart my Mac? No problem. Let's restart it while they fix it also. Not me, huh? Okay, if they get traffic, we all get paid. Good. So the purpose is to increase your online presence. Okay, there are 2 topics, don't get confused. One is increasing the traffic, and the second part is CRO, conversion rate optimization. Okay, so if you are having traffic and if leads are not converting, that's a whole different area. Okay, I'm not going to cover that. The third area, which is also called as technical SEO, I'll touch a little bit about it, but that can be whole big section also. Okay, so this is whole about workshop. Okay, we'll all make our hands dirty. Okay, very clear. And by the end of the day, I want you to be all Bruce Lees of SEO. Okay, because this is how I am. So Google comes, Panda comes, yeah, मारेंगे सर. ठीक है. To start with, because I wanted to impress you guys, I said, ऐसा करते हैं, डालते हैं, ब्रूस ली की तरह boom, boom, boom करते हैं. I'll finish one SEO. How do you? So if you already have a website, there is enough content that is available through Google Search Console. Okay, Google keeps tracks of, because it's your heart rate monitor, everything about it. We take that data, we understand that data, and see what kind of information we can create out of it. It takes only 5 minutes for me. It may take 15 minutes for you, but it is so easy. I'll give you hands-on experience, okay? Thank you. Can I have a bottle of water, please? Thank you, thank you. So I'll be using two tools here. One is called as Through and Google Search Console. And we had a last session in Bay Area. Compared to that Bay Area now, over last 6 months, AI has, there are a lot of tools. Earlier, this exercise used to take me at least 2 days. Now it takes only 5 minutes. Okay. So this is what I called Through. So here is cluster. Okay, on the dot set top, we'll use this feature of creating clusters. First step I'm going to do is I'm going to go, and this is uppering.com, because I cannot use this data. I don't have access to Google Search Console, so I'm using my own data. Okay, I'm going to go to any of those blogs. Let's see, blog. So waste management. Okay, I'll take this blog URL. I go down to Google Search Console. I go to page search. Here you say page. You enter the URL, you say apply. While it loads, what this is showing you, what are the key phrases that Google has already authorized you, ki this page is good, Baba, you are good at this ranking. Okay, I'll give you impressions for these particular keywords. आपने लिखा होगा माधुरी दीक्षित को, you wanted to marry Madhuri Dixit, but it is giving you Mandakini, so be it. Okay, right? So these are your keywords. Okay, now these are the keywords that you see, almost 42 keywords. The first step I'm going to do is download this. Okay, so just download it. Now these are the phrases and keywords. See, now waste management rate 23, statistics, stats, food waste, all these things. These are your keywords. I'll open this Excel sheet. I'll say keywords. And see, impressions is something which is, we call it volume. Okay, nobody in the world has accurate volume other than Google. Everybody makes up their way of doing it. So I call you this volume. And I'll save this one. I'll go to Through. So here's an upload button. I'll go and upload this button here. Okay, so it's matching keywords to keywords and volume to volume. I'll say upload this one. So all the here, I will just check if there is a word called a site into it or Rakesh name. So there are nothing here. Once that is done, I will enter the URL here. So what this tool does it, if you enter your URL, for example, on this one, it already will crawl all your pages for those keywords and see if these keywords you are cannibalized. What happens in our SEO world is, let's say 1, 2, 3 are my content writer. He writes something about one particular topic and uses that keyword. You write the same thing and he also writes the same thing. Now they don't talk to each other, oh, I don't use my cluster. Okay, and what they do is end up making your website whole content cannibalism. One keyword is all occur 3 or 4 pages, bigger problem, then you don't understand. Google is confused. I should rank his page or his page or his page. And then it goes beyond that. One is second cluster also. And then it crosses over to another silo also. And that's the reason you feel that fluctuation happening. Okay, this tool and this process helps you to get rid of that. Okay, all the keywords I uploaded, and I told the what URL is. All keywords it will check on Google Search whether you are ranking on it, what URLs it's ranking, if there is any duplication. Once this is done, you just create your topic cluster. If you want to name anything, just say start the process. Okay, while it does, okay, because it takes a while, it has to go through it, I created another topic cluster for the demo purpose because I only have 90 minutes, so I'll show you how these clusters look like. So this was for laundry, another one, which I did before our meeting. So what it does here, you see, it has created almost how many? 16 clusters. Just based on one page, if you add another 16 clusters, you will start ranking that whole topic on Google. Sometimes you have 200 plus clusters, but you have to manually select which you want. Clear? So let's look at one cluster. For example, here is laundry services, laundry delivery services, which is what our business is all about. Okay? If I go to this, I say SERP analyze. It encapsulated all the relevant keywords into that cluster. It got rid of all duplicates. If there are any duplicates, cannibalism, it went through it. It clearly made the way, so you can have 5 keywords in this cluster. This is search volume total. You are looking at search volume. There are 19 unique pages around this one. So this is what the result looks like for this particular. If you want to compete on laundry delivery services, this how these are the first results that you see. For every topic, there are different intents. Okay, here the intent laundry delivery services, you are looking from a consumer point of view also. So the intent of that keyword is a very different, but you still want to understand that starting a laundry delivery service is also another intent. Okay, so you go through this content here and see, okay, wash and fold, 6-base laundry delivery. These are the keywords these are the pages that are ranking on it. Maybe you don't want to write on this cluster because it would, you're selling it for the businesses, not for the consumer. Okay. Secondly, if these are ranking, you can also see what schema these guys are using. Because schema is what Google understands your web page through schema. Is it a product page? Is it a blog? Is it a news article? So this gives you a very comprehensive schema of how this is written. Just Google it out. Google. Examples, Google, you name it up, and then these are the examples, okay? And if you are not technical, don't worry about it. So once this is done, you can also see who are your competitors for this keyword, how much visibility they have, what the page rank it is, what are the topics that are written around that whole vertical about, say, laundry delivery service. What are the other areas people are writing? Wash and laundry service for people, best busy, 6-base laundry. And these are the keywords that you can cater it out. What are the questions that Google has ranked? So how much does a hamper charge per load? This is a question which is repeated by 4x of your competitors. So you want to include this question into your blog post. Okay, it does that as well. What are the related searches? So laundry pickup off, you can include this one. And while you're doing it, there is something called as create content brief. This is the instruction that you want to send it for your content team after doing a research. Once you create this cluster, it takes normally 1 hour for somebody who has started. There is a video of how to do it on a through also. It's a very basic video. Once you do it, you can create a complete brief outline how you want to do with your team. Okay. Any questions so far? How do you differentiate between a blog post and product page? Okay, so there is something which is down the line, I'll call you, which is related to a SaaS business. Okay, so which is called as tofu, mofu, and bofu. These are not food items, top of funnel, middle of funnel, and bottom of funnel. Okay, so bottom of funnel is something which is your website page. Okay, when it is, I want to be electrician in New York. Okay, I'm not sure. So that is your top of funnel. You're still into very early stage of discovery. You write, you need a license, you need 2 years of experience, you need to graduate. These are the universities inside New York. That's your top of funnel. Middle of funnel, I want to do X versus Y, product 1 versus, say, upper ink versus my competitor Get Circuit. Okay, that's your middle of funnel, where it's more like a decision-making process, and your conversion page is landing page, which was just, we had another session where you talk about that particular conversion page, which is your bottom of funnel. Okay, I have a very detailed process for it. I'll just go through it also. Let me finish this and we'll take it there. So pretty simple. Take what is working. Okay, let the AI do this job. Your page is already ranking on certain keywords. To make that authority, you just find the other content silos. Like 2 rows were part of one cluster. I have already written about you. I need to write about you, and then internally link it to you so that you become an authority and your content about that topic. So Google, okay, I'm sending somebody on this website, it knows about how to start this, how to do this, how to do that, what are the things he has to do. And that is how you create a whole cluster. And while you are creating a cluster, you are also creating individual entities. Very simple. Okay. Should I repeat in Hindi also or Marathi? I'm okay. Gujarati also okay. Right? So, clear? Good enough? Good. आप बहुत अच्छा इंसान हो. So this is what power of clustering did. What we did currently is called as semantic cluster. So there are 2 clusterings. Semantic clustering is you think manually do it. You do it systematically. You are starting a big business. You don't know, you don't have any website, which is called as semantic clustering. What we did is SERP clustering. SERP is Google's terminology. We just took the data from Google, we converted that data to our advantage, and we did, which is also people call it intent-based SEO, entity SEO, all these fancy terms. Technically, it is SERP clustering. Good enough? So semantic clustering is based on meaning of the words and automatic. This is a little technical. You don't have to worry. If you have a team who is SEO experts or somebody on your team, they can do it, or the tools actually do it for you. Clear? There are other tools that also do similar things. I'm not affiliated with any of those. There's some product called as Keyword Insight does it. There's another tool which is I use very much is Surfer SEO also. It also does it. Okay. Now we did something which is volunteers, right? Let's look at that. So who is Outdoor Cart? Who is this? Okay. Aajo, idhar aajo. Economy Z. I'm invested in this company. Aajo bhaiya, aajo. Hey, ball, why are both balls on this side? Right, come. Have a seat. Have a seat here also is okay. I'll ask you several questions, okay?
Sure.
So I'm going to use Ahref as a tool. There are 2 SME Rush and Ahref. It's only a matter of preferences that you use it. I use this tool because when practicing, it's like Google Maps for me. Okay, first thing is, thank you for it. What kind of business you are in? I know what about you?
Okay, so we are basically like Shopify for India.
Okay, which is
Shopify
e-commerce?
Yeah, e-commerce builder.
Okay, and what about you?
Cloud cost optimization SaaS. We help companies reduce their AWS GCP spend.
बहुत complex था, simple बताओ ना.
Cloud cost optimization.
Cloud?
Cost optimization.
Sorry.
Cloud cost optimization.
Cloud cost optimization. Okay. And what about you? Is Shopify for?
Yeah, e-commerce builder, basically.
Okay, you are building e-commerce. And who are your potential customers?
So right now we have both the sites. People who are like doing DIY, which can be anywhere from a small shop to housewife starting something, student starting something. And enterprises are like Titan, etc., who want to build a bespoke system for them.
And you both have competitors?
Yeah,
Good.
yeah,
Okay.
we have.
Okay, thank you very much. Now, basically the seat was supposed to be here, but I did not have, so I made this shift arrangement. I want to look at this website. I'm going to roast your both websites so that you can look at that as well.
Sure,
okay?
sure.
मैं मतलब भाजी पाला नहीं बनाऊंगा, जो अच्छी तरह से बनाऊंगा. So this is his website, correct? Okay, so I think they have done good job on at least optimizing it, but which this is not. So what you do is go into Href, take this URL, put this URL here, and say search. So I do this for even interviews also. Okay, if candidate is coming, I want to see what company is coming, whether he's faking out all these things, whether they are domain experts. I use it, if I'm meeting a client also, I see his website. I just go there, I see what kind of business they are. It gives you all that thing. Okay, so first thing, like when you enter Shiva's temple, what do you do? When you visit Shiva's temple, you have that Nandi. You say Nandi Namaste. We do the same thing here. So here is Nandi on this top hand side overview. We say Namaste Nandi here. Okay. This side top overview. Okay. What it tells you, then it tells you how deep the mandir is, where is the guru, then there is a bell. We do all that thing. Okay. Now we go and see how much traffic value is first thing. Okay. If I have to beat that competitor, I just have to spend $1,100. I can take away on PPC. I can take away all his traffic. Okay. That's the first thing it tells you. Second thing, you go and say, Bhagwan Ganpati, Namaste. So here you say organic search. This tells you how old they are. They started here. They had some PR. It went back. They have started SEO here. Okay. This tells you that part. Okay. I'll also open our other friends also so that you can understand competitor. Do we have a KISS flow here, team? How much money you need to beat them? I don't have permission from them. If nobody's there, it's good. Here? Kahan hai? Huh? Do I have your permission to disclose some of financials? If you know, I'll still do it. Right? So we saw 1,100, right? I know they are very good at SEO, and he told me secretly. Okay. So see, his temple is so big, it takes a while to open. Right? So it's taking so while. So meanwhile, what this data tells you, this is what I do every time. I go to overview, I see organic searches, I know how good or bad they are in SEO. Okay, this is what you can do for competitor also. If there are penalties, if you have changed your path in between, you added some changes in teams also, this graph reflects that. First thing, look at traffic value. Second thing, you look at traffic. The third thing that you do is how many keywords they are ranking, which is the third part. Okay? If you click that, it tells you that. So, Nandivel, Namaste. He has made some changes so that I'm not able to open. He has blocked this website. I'm just kidding. Okay. So this is beyond my hand, it takes a while, so... Sorry? I just want this number, because this is very, very exciting. Before this session, I wanted to make sure that I look at these numbers. Right? Okay, how much multiplied by 12? मेरा मैथ्स टीचर ही सुंदर था, साला उसको देखने में मैथ्स कभी समझा ही नहीं. Huh? 9 million values of traffic. So if you want to beat that traffic and take away from those guys, you need to have mast credit card chahiye bank ke andar. Right? Because all that money goes to ultimately Google. Right? How they determine it? All the keywords that you are ranking multiplied by the click average rate per keyword. Okay, that's the science behind it. Thank you. बहुत अच्छे इंसान. Oh, good. So now everybody is also confused with whenever they say keyword, they say volume. I said, I don't care about volume. If it is only 70 volume and all the 70 leads I'm getting, I'm so happy, man. Right? And in money keyword also, I'm very happy. So normally we have trained our team not to look at volumes. First thing this is click the CPC. Okay, click that CPC and start focusing on CPC. Okay, what the CPC tells? AWS instance pricing, AWS rates, AWS cloud calculator, Google cloud computing pricing. These keywords, people are ready to pay $27, $30. I have seen $350, $400. Even plumber, New York goes up to $600 per click in New York. Okay, because it's directly converting. So now imagine 27 multiplied by 150 is how much? Almost like $1,000, roughly. Okay, na? So if you're ranking on that keyword or you're even getting 10 keywords, why you worry about volume? Why just focus on CPC keywords? Okay, start building clusters and content around the high CPC keywords. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I love these gentlemen, right? Right? So don't worry about volumes. Focus on CPC because that is what the money is. If that person is spending $27 on that click, which means that keyword is so important for him, it's directly converting keyword. right? Clear? And then you can do all fancy work. You can see United States, you can see positions, you can do all that. Clear? Any questions so far? Okay, good. Now, I'm going to take my competitor. For example, I'm his competitor now. There's another one, right? Yes, let's open that also. Let's see how much money we need to beat him out. There's another website called as Spyfu. Okay. So, sorry, do I consider the keywords that are as low as volume? So for me, again, I don't focus on volume. For example, AI, ChatGPT, there were no search volumes out there previously also. Okay, these are new phrases, new keywords. So of course, it is important to tell me how big the audience is, but what I have seen is the higher CPC are more converting keywords, they are more money pages. So when you're focusing on creating your content, you focus on the highest CPC, see if it is relevant to you, and then start building the clusters and content around it. Is this your website? Good. So it's pretty new, I can tell you. Okay. Anybody having more than, again, a free bonus, more than 2 years, 3 years website?
We have
Okay.
1.5-year-old, but
Sorry?
we have 1.5-year-old website.
Who is speaking? Sorry.
Right here.
Yes, yes.
It's 1.5-year-old.
Let me check it out.
Sure.
Okay. What is your website URL?
It's RISELY
RISELY
.me.
.me.
Yep.
So you see how many pages have been indexed by Google? It's only, good. This is what I wanted. Chalo, अच्छा है, बलि का बकरा मिला एक. ठीक है? So I go to Site Explorer. I'll open it up here. So what are the DR? DR is how many backlinks, and there Ahref has their own way of authorizing you. UR is their own way of doing it. There are help, read that documentation, but it helps you to identify how old they are, how big they are. So their value is 15,000. They started now. What is your name, sir? नहीं आपका Aditya, right? Come here, Aditya. You do the presentation now. Okay. How much value they are, how much keywords they are ranking? Show me here. Okay. I'll be your mouse because it's customized here. So if you want to look at Nandibel, where is Nandibel?
There is the
Overview. You do it. Then what you do is go to Ganesha. You see how much when they started.
2022 January.
How much traffic they are getting now?
Around
50K. How much value of traffic they are getting?
Around $15,000.
Okay. How you click and see that? मेरा छुट्टी हो गया इसको आता है SEO. Right? So these are the keywords. Okay. Okay. There is another element that you want to look at, Aditya, is top pages also, where they are getting most of the traffic from also. Okay. So if you go here, tell me which are the first, second, and third traffic pages they are getting.
All of there.
Okay. Which is the one you want to go after them? So you go for after value, which is 2K. So this page gives them the traffic which is $2,000 worth. Good? Thank you. Okay, so I'll open this page here and see what this page is all about. Aata is the lead. Okay, good. So we also see that it ranks on 324 keywords also. The most keyword that is ranking, they are ranking highest on leadership feedback examples. This page they have written, but it ranking on that keyword also. Okay, I can do reverse way also. I'll take this page, I'll go here. This is one of my favorite. I put it one page because now I'm taking my competitor by page by page. Each elephant, if you want to eat an elephant, eat it in pieces. Okay, then right, go this and create exact URL. Okay, when you do that and you search it, it gives you a complete list of keywords these guys are ranking. Sorry, where is that? Sorry. No, I want organic keywords. Yes, thank you. So we are on same page, right? So they are ranking 194 keywords on one page. That's the reason. Okay, these are their positions. This is the code they are getting. So there are multiple ways to do it. And this is not Ahref class. Because of the time constraint, I'm just giving you glimpses how you can use only one tool to understand your competitors, create their niche also. Clear so far? Good. And see, they're getting highest CPC keyword is $18 leadership training scenarios. They are ranking 79th on that. So if you are a CEO or an owner, you want to rank between top 3 or top 10 on it. Now you start working on, because $18, $20 keywords are good keywords. And you want to see who are top 10 also. So this tool also provides you SERP here. So if you click that, instead of going other way, you see this is your number 1 competitor for this keyword. Okay, this is the number 2nd, this is number 3rd. But there is interesting thing that I have seen. All these keywords on that particular keyword, you see there is a number 12, 21, 31, 12, 7, 18, 83, correct? It tells me if I have to write a blog, it has to be a comparison blog. Right? So, couple of problems solved. One is CPC, one is what kind of content you write. You write a big post, Google will never rank you. Because Google has that knowledge. Anybody searching for that keywords, scenarios, is looking for various number of scenarios also. Okay, so you need to have, when you write a blog, you need to have a number around that also. So it gives you an overview, and SEMrush also does it in a different way. I'm not used to it. I'm used to Ahref. So again, not affiliated with these guys, but this is how you will understand your competitors. Makes sense now? Good? Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Wow, this was good. And it gives me a feedback what I want to create next, okay? I'll have to open my notes, sorry. So I did this one, okay. Auto interlink generation, wow, this is good, so nice. SpyFu. So if I go to SpyFu here, this is deadly tool. I use it more for 2 purposes. If I want to beat my competitors in PPC campaigns and also understand where we are overlapping, this tool does that. It's a very deadly tool. So let's look at these guys. कौन सा था ये? So overall, this domain ranks for this blah blah blah. It tells me these things. These are the competitors. How it gives. I'll just give you an overview. This is the biggest competitor. This is how they are overlapping. You can click through it. It can give you a complete insights about it. What are the keywords they are ranking? You can do it for your competitors. What are their pages ranking? Let's look at somebody whose ad spend is a little more here. It actually
salesblink.io.
Sorry.
SALES.
Sorry. Who is
Rakesh? Yeah.
Yes.
That would be salesblink.io.
Sorry, what is the context here?
Sorry, you wanted to check in for if somebody who's spending a bit more on ads, right?
No, again, I'll just give you an overview because I have a limitation of time. I'll just introduce it, touch base you, tell you what is that purpose. Because if you go there, I'll not be able to cover the wow factor. Because there is Rasgulla, there is Pan, all these things are coming up, okay? So what I do is, I'll tell you why I use it. I can see where the main things, what are the missing questions we have not added. It gives you a different perspective from Ahref. Okay. This is your more like a prescription. Ahref is more like a doctor. Okay. And it also gives you ad copies, which is the most, like if you're spending on PPC, SpyFu tells you which ad actually your competitor is more converting, what language they're using, because you might be sleeping when they're running ad. Okay. And how they have changed the ad copies, if they're doing A/B testing, everything they tell you. Okay. Very nice tool. Okay, nice. I forgot to do one thing I should have done prior to it. So there is another tool that I use it, which I called is Screaming Frog. Okay, it's more technical, but it tells you if you have not done your technical SEO nicely. This is your own, how Google crawls your website. This is UK-based company, and this is the only tool, they don't have competitors also, not even close to it. They have this kind of a monopoly, they give you a desktop tool. What you do is you enter your URL here and say start crawling. Okay, it will go through your everything like Google does. It goes through your every website. It tells you how deep your websites are, what are the issues on your page. Let's say, let it finish it up. It's crawling here. Okay. While it crawls, I'll just continue other part of my session. So we did this one. Okay. I covered this. I have to go through this. Okay. I'm going to open a URL. This one particularly. Search console, download the keywords. Okay. How do you find a seed keyword? If it's your new content from a competitor point of view, this is the topic. While I'll wait this crawling to be done, it takes a lot of efforts for this, what do you say, Screaming Frog to crawl your website. It crawls all your pages, all your images, all your titles, everything that Google looks on your website. It is your own in-house Google from an engineering point of view. Okay, there are YouTube videos how to use this tool, but I'll show you two tools that can help you, two things you can use it so that you can come up very faster. You don't have to wait 6 months. By using Screaming Frog, two things, you can rank very faster, 2 to 3 weeks, start ranking on core keywords also. Okay. So all these are my keywords. I export them. So I wanted something which is 1,000, more than 1,000 actually. Let me see. Okay. Now this is the one we talked about. Okay. So I just want this to be finished because it would end my one set. So there are 3 things that we'll be doing. AI is the last because it's hotcake, ChatGPT, and everybody is so concerned about it. So I kept it last because it will open up the holy grail, which I'm trying to avoid as much as possible. Give me a second. I'm just finishing here. So I'll be showing you 2 things in Screaming Frog. One will be visualizing it, and then crawl depth. So what crawl depth is? Sorry? Good. So what crawl depth is? So in this graph, when you go here, site structure, when you go to site structure, it shows you something is called rep. Okay, that part. So some of your keywords, normally what I've seen my competitors, to reach to that particular page, they are like 8 or 9 click. Okay, this tells you you should be within 3, maximum 3 allowed. So anything which is, you identify all these graphs here and then take those keywords, like how do you reach from home page to that keyword by menu or from linking, that should be not more than 3. What you're telling Google, if you're putting at 6 and 7, you don't care about that. That's the reason you have put it so deep. अगर लड़के का शादी नहीं करना है तो बाहर नहीं बोलेंगे, right? So as simple as that. So if you want to that keywords to rank, you keep it within 3. Okay? And I have seen major e-commerce sites also, they do, like, no matter how many pages they have, they try to keep it as close as 3. Okay? So that is one. I'll pause it here. Go to here, directory structure. Okay? In Windows, it might be different, but what does it? It creates you complete graph of your competitors, what is your content strategy. Even Netflix, I did it, complete Netflix, it is only 3 steps. To reach any movie, it only 3 steps. How many genres, how many complexity, thank you. So this gives you, now imagine step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4, and look at that. Thank you very much. And look at the way these structures have written. Here, see, N9, are there technical words in your business? Huh? Perfect. But you want to bring it one level here also. And see, you're putting under pricing also, whether you want to write more content about it, so you should not reflect under pricing. Okay, what you've done is, you've taken pricing as a point, and then you're reflecting on all those contents there. Okay, whereas this should be these are the keywords where people will clearly want it at very early stage also. Then from that page, you might have different ways of strategies, but this is too deep buried. Also, it tells you how clustering is done on this website. So you can take any competitors. It doesn't require Google Search Console. You can pick up any competitor, just run through it. And you want to get rid of all these red dots. These are your errors. So if you click it, it tells you, it may be redirect. That's not necessary, all of those, but it tells you, thank you, nice aim. So it tells you all this one here, sorry. It tells you all these errors also. So it's a redirect, or if it's a redirect, it's okay, but you want to get rid of all this. Because Google says, if you're not caring about your own health, why I should be worried about you? Right? Now it wants to give the good content to your website, good experience to your users. Okay? These are very small things that if you start fixing it up, and it doesn't require rocket science. Okay? My team uses Screaming Frog once a month. They go through our whole website, they see if there are any errors, they will just identify errors. If the content person has messed up the click or something into it, there are links that are broken, you have a link, you have changed page, you rename to another page, but links you have kept abandoned. All those things will be listed here. Good? Sorry? You just run through whole website, right? You want to get rid of all the errors from your website. Clear? Good enough? So these are two elements that mostly Screaming Frog does hundreds of different things. Again, their website, their YouTube video is awesome. Again, mine, we have a limited time. I have to go through so much content here because my whole topic is from somebody who is very new to SEO to something advanced as well. Okay. So this falls under little advanced tips and tricks. Content creation. Okay, our topic changes. So far what we covered, I'll just summarize so before I move to other things. One thing is you did two things. One is if you already have some content, you want to analyze what are the missing areas you want to write content, what tools you can use it, and I'll try to, at the end, if the time permits, if you don't have access to tools, you can still do it manually in ChatGPT also. Okay? That does it. You take those content and you ask ChatGPT to create it, it will still create it for you. So that part is also there, but if the time permits, I'll go through that. Okay? We also understood how your how your website is structured. What I do before I start any project, I analyze my top 5 competitors, how they have structured their whole website, because they are ranking on something, which means I just have to reverse engineer how they are ranking. Clear? Yes. Sorry, your question is?
For any specific keyword you want to target, should we create multiple clusters or one cluster will work for that? So
just to rephrase, one keyword should fall under one cluster, but that cluster should have all those relevant keywords. Okay? And cluster doesn't see, this is where I was also confused. It took me 2 years to understand what cluster, entity cluster. Sala, yahan to samajh mein nahi aata tha kuch bhi. Okay? So what I did is I simplified it. So forget about keyword. I go beyond keywords. So just think, okay, what is my cluster? 2 rows of people. These 2 rows of people of only talk one thing. Now I'll give one keyword to him. I'll never repeat that keyword to other people. Okay? And these modern tools do it. And if you accidentally also do it, there is a way to fix it also. Okay? There are tools that will help you to fix it. Clear? Yes.
So we did the cluster and silos, but what happens is like Google, when we crawl our website, due to the cluster and other things, our main page ranking goes down, and cluster blogs and all that thing, rankings goes up. So why that?
So it's again, I don't know. You are asking me to treat a patient which I don't have a patient in front of me. Again, that becomes a whole roast case. It's a very complex question, this gentleman. Thank you for asking that. So he said, when we made all this clustering and all those things, our ranking for which was intended change, they have not done a good way of doing it. I'll show what is a good way of doing it before I start doing this content, okay? Sorry. Yes. So we create this kind of mind map. Okay, let's say I want to write about mountain bikes. Okay, we structurally, these are our top of funnels, middle of funnels, and I'll give you a prompt. You just tell me a keyword. All of this will be done automatically. Okay, I'll come to that point. This is one I do. I also do this way. This is how I do it for every cluster. Or this center is our money page. Okay. This is also solves our interlinking problem, which is our next topic after our content as well. These are all our blog posts. This is how the strategy we decide how they are going to link internally. We also, and all this data, don't worry, I'll give you access to all this data. I'll give you a QR code, we can download it all. It's for you, okay? थोड़ा काम किया मैंने भी, ठीक है? Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Wow. साला प्रसाद मिला तो सब दे रहे. Right. So you take this blog page, what is the main keyword, what is the page it is, how many anchors you want to rank, what are the other things, whether your team has done interlinking के नहीं, ये सारा ऐसा पूरा हम लोग करके लेते. This is one-time job, you do it, then you keep updating it. Okay. So if you go through this approach of visualizing, creating it, you don't run into any problems. I'll tell you why. See, everybody here knows that there are ongoing updates, right? I'll show you about Upper Ink. We don't get affected much by Google updates or any technical issues also. I'll show you how this happens and then we'll take it from there. Sorry. So while it opens up, let's close this, we don't need, this we don't need, this we don't need for now. Content creation. I'm going to show you, I use Surfer SEO, I'm not affiliated with it. There is another tool called as phrase.io, there is quickbolt.io, okay. I'll show you how I do it in SEO. This is a Polish company. I pay roughly $500 subscription to them per month. And because we do a lot of content creation, this is one tool 80% of my team uses Surfer SEO. And we have some founders in this SaaS community. I was talking to one other because I don't want to promote them or we are not allowed to do that. So then there are tools, they do similar jobs also. Okay. I use it because they started the whole trend of everything about content creation. They give you so peace of mind. Like you just decide a topic and they will do everything for you. Okay. I'll take any topic from our friends here. So I'll take this one. So I use this extension here to identify what their keywords, what their headings are. So economic cloud optimization, cloud cost optimization software. This is a keyword, correct? Okay. What I do is I go to SEO Surfer. There are several tools. I'll give you an overview. Keyword research is one topic. We did it in Through also. We'll do it here also. Then content creation. For example, I'll say keyword cloud optimization, create a research. Okay. And you can select the country here, whatever countries you want. The beauty of this software is it goes to that particular keyword. It goes on Google. While it's taking time, it's going on a Google for United States server. It checks all top 10 pages. It takes what is H1, H2's, title, meta, how big they are, how much small, how many paragraphs they have written, how many images it has written, how many alt text they have written, what is the load speed of that, and how many keywords that particular page is ranking. Okay, and creates that whole benchmarking to you. Okay, once it is done, it will tell you this is how you're going to beat that page. Okay, this is phase one of it. So before your content is creating, this is step one. You do a research, you write a content, and then you spray it on Google. So you spray it on your website and pray कि भैया मेरा ये page ऊपर आ जाए. Right? That's what you do. Spray and pray. But what happens? भगवान तो दर्शन हर बार नहीं देते. Then you analyze it. वापस जाते हैं मंदिर में. हम वापस उसको optimize करते. This is what it does. It will take a little while. What I'm going to do is I'm going to open anything which is available. For example, online payment form. Okay, these are the silos that these are the pages that you need to write under this cluster. So online payment form is my cluster. These 2 rows. Okay, payment form is the whole thing. What this is, online payment form 1 cluster. To rank on that, there are these many things, 88 ways I can start connecting those small pieces. One of them is like, this is, the keyword density is 8, here it says 1300, you select it, for example, where are those things? Okay. Now, you can also identify whether this is an informational content you want to write, customer-centric particularly, it gives you e-commerce shopping intent also. Now, you can filter this out. Okay, and there is a YouTube tutorial, they have their tutorial, go through it, very nicely done. Okay, so for example, this one. Cloud Connection Match, FinOps, Azure Price, Kubernetes Pricing, Snowflakes, all these things, these are the topics that you should write to make sure that this page, which is my Excel sheet here, or if this is my silo, this main one, I'll have to write all these pages. These are my pages, and these are 12 keywords I should include in this one. These are the keywords. These are their search volume. This is their keyword difficulty. Okay, and this is how you write. And if you don't want manual, you can remove them also. Thank you. This is not my tool, so compliments to Surfer team. They made my life easy. I discovered this tool around pandemic when I was struggling with my content strategy, because no matter how humanly we do it, yet we have hundreds of keywords. It's not possible for us to go through all those keywords, analyze it. So this tool solves my problem also. There is something called as content editor. My content team loves this tool. They say we can sleep like a baby after this, angutha rakh ke aaram se so sakte, because it digs all the heavy lifting. First thing is how good you're writing content. It gives, let me pull up something which my team must have written somewhere. And this is all real data. This is coming from, this is nothing like made up. These are not, oh, sorry, they use Google Docs to create it. Now got it. So there is nothing written. I don't want to spend more time on, I'll just give you glimpses. What this tells you, as a content writer, I need to write how to get a pressure washing jobs 3 to 6 times. It tells me in this content pressure washing business, I have to write 7 times. For example, I'll say, I'll start writing here, and it tells you paragraphs, it tells you content score. Chalo bhai, aa gaya na, see this is, so the content now is 43 out of 100. You should be around 80s, thank you. Now, if I say how many times it has shown you how to get pressure wash jobs, 3 to 6 times. I'll just keep writing here, how to get pressure washing jobs, how to get pressure, sorry. See, now the number has changed to 2. Now I'll write 3, okay. If you do it nicely, see it already turned green. So now you already know that you have done that part of the job. It gives you not only the list of keywords that you want to rank, but it also gives you all the tools that you want to understand while writing. As a writer, you just need to focus on writing. The rest of the heavy lifting is done by this tool. There are other things that you can do. Here is a brief, outline. I'll not go into much details. You guys are smart enough. You paid so much money to come here. You'll figure this out. Good? Thank you. Thank you. Not expected that one. Right? And they have a nice, so they don't have user sorry, I'll just reach out. They don't have user way. You can use their Google Doc extension, and they put this whole thing, this UI into Google Docs, so that you can have multiple editors, they work it. So what the structure we have is we are content creator, then there is editor, and then there is a publisher. 3 levels of hierarchy in my organization. This is how the process is done. And every piece of content is written in my company using SEO Surfer. Okay. Nandibel, Ganpati Bappa, 1 year. This is traffic of our Uppering, which is my domain. See, there has no penalties, nothing. It's constantly growing because we were still figuring out whether our product is market fit. So the philosophy I have, before the first line of software is written, I start SEO 2 years before. Okay, so any product that I think I want to write in 2025 or want to publish, my SEO has already been started. I'll give you some examples. For example, labsmedia.com, hvac.software. These are all my domains. So we have some content writer, एक ही topic पे लिखते थक जाते, they get tired. So I say, okay, weekly once you write this article, right? So they start writing it. Slowly and steadily we are ranking. There is nothing on it. It's a pure, simple website, HVAC software. Okay, simple blogs, simple top of funnel, informative blog. 2 years before it. So Upper Inc. was also started this way. We just kept on writing it. Suddenly our traffic started, because of pandemic, everybody wanted to deliver. As suddenly traffic started ranking, there was more click through it. I said, okay, let's build software. Now we have traffic. We build software afterwards. Thank you. So now this has become practice. So any product that, so I think the data will grow. There will be more demand in future in 2025 about visualization. Okay, how do you want to represent the data? Okay, so I started this Labs Media, that's the only purpose. Maybe I sell a couple of more companies, and then I have more time. Then I'll use the, okay, chalo iske upar banate hain. Because hiring a developer and telling them, chalo banate software is like 6 months, 1 year job. But building the traffic takes that time. Right? Otherwise, I have to spend so much money in PPC also. Right? And if this blog, let's say I have sold some of those where I didn't say, okay, nahi karna yaar iske upar software. I don't want to do a software. Go on to microacquire.com, put this website for sale. It still gives you enough money. Gujarati hai, right? Galle mein aana chahiye. Thank you. Right? So let's move on. So content creation, again, I found this website very nice one also. This is from SaaS company from Pune. I tried to reach out to this. So what it does, there is a concern of, I'll touch base this again, I'll touch base this topic twice. If you're generating content on ChatGPT, okay, and that content he is also generating, how do you make sure that mine is unique? So this tool, they have something called as paraphrasing. Okay, paraphraser. What it does, it takes that sentences, paraphrase कर देता है. So आपका content ऐसे ही unique बन जाता है इस tool के अंदर. Also, I found a trick. I haven't tested it. I found a trick. Ask ChatGPT to create a content, put it back on ChatGPT, and say find out the ciphers and AI footprints in my below content. It actually tells you where the footprints and ciphers are written by ChatGPT. Just go and replace them. Good. So, any doubts or questions? Just 3 things. There is another comparison between surfer and phrase. My daughter, she is also in SEO. My son is also in SEO. They do both SaaS. Everybody in our family is SaaS. Right? मेरे पास 2 SaaS है. मेरी wife की एक SaaS है वो, और मैं एक SaaS चलाता हूँ. Right? So. My daughter, I don't do optimization. She handles the content part of it. She says, when it comes to optimizing a content, when writing a new content, Surfer SEO does a good job. But when you have something written, you want to optimize it to a point where it starts ranking 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. That tool does a good job. ठीक है? I am concerned कि मेरा rank होना चाहिए. तुम भी अच्छे. ठीक है? Clear? Again, I'm not affiliate with any of these. This is how I do this is my business. This is how I run my business. Clear so far? I'll take a little break because this is going to be a little complex, okay?
So while he is drinking water, here, okay.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. So there is lunch in the floor below also. So you can go downstairs, like there's meeting room 1 and 2. Outside that lunch is served, apart from the place that you went yesterday.
So Ashwin, how much time do I have left now? 20 minutes, okay. So after 20 minutes, you're free to go, but I made a special arrangement with Ashwin that this hall is free for another hour also. No, there is no session because of lunch. Stay here, I'll answer question and answer also. Thank you very much.
Can I say one thing?
Yes, sir.
If you don't mind, can you go to the... He actually... No, I actually Yes, if you guys want, just you might want to look at bit.ly dot, sorry, say bit.ly/k capital. Since he opened publicly, so we wrote a blog on how Kissflow increased our traffic by 500% in 2 years.
Wow.
Primarily through SEO. Thank you for doing this. This has been the amazing session till now.
Thank
You're
you.
doing an amazing job.
Nah, I
Where
do.
were you?
Thank you.
bit.ly/k for Kissflow K capital 500.
आपके नाम में किससे यार मजा आ जाता है आपका नाम. So AI, okay, let's look at that. So I created a master sheet which solves a lot of my problems. It used to take weeks. I have just, these are not written by me, but some of them I modified to a point where they had some intention. And I made them very fancy also, okay? So let's open that up. यार टाइम ज़्यादा दे देते आप, मेरे को अच्छा लगता है ये. So this is available. Again, you want to take it. It will take you to this prompts. I just consolidated them. Sorry. Good enough? And I'll share it at the end also, okay? Because at this presentation, I guess I have put it somewhere here. So yeah, all these things are there. So I'll put it there back. This content ho gaya, EI. So, yeah, sorry, 1 second. I'm just putting up my sheets here. Okay. So this prompt, I'll go here, say, enter your keyword or phrase here. To create a comprehensive mind map covers all those topics. Very nice. I have some sample here. Okay. You saw, you know this, I showed you this example, right? This one. What I did is I took this one and then I converted that to something in Word or Google. So, and I said, this is how I want. 1.0.1, history of mountain. Okay. Choose mountain sizes, this one. Then below this supervision, okay. What I asked this chat prompt here, okay, your objective is to create a comprehensive mind map that covers all relevant aspects of about topic, including different types of devices, features, installation, maintenance, capabilities, all this. These are my instructions. Please ensure that you cover all these areas. Ensure that you follow this structure. So I'm going to copy this one here. Okay, I'll go here. I'll take his keyword now. भैया मेरे को पार्टी देना तुम. I'll put it here. This is the topic. And say go. It created all your silos. It created the cluster, all the topics that you need to cover, everything. And it does a pretty good job also. You want to fine tune it because it is generative. You want to make sure usko ungli karte jao, but it does a good job also. So
guys, don't throw the stress ball on the screen.
He has your video, so he'll take and the insurance, right? You say continue. Okay, I'll show you one example how I did it, how I created this prompt, because that's where the magic is. Where is mountain? Yes. I would also have one use case where I take pipe candy ka jo discussion hua tha na. I train chatbot, I said pipe candy does this on this website, these are the terminologies pipe candy uses, this is how I like it. Now convert that pipe candy style for me also. I'll show you that prompt also. Right. So, where is that? नहीं दे आता हूँ thoda. See, this is how I train it. So I tell him, we are in the world of SEO, blah, 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 you create context. Remember, ChatGPT, I learned it, I have spent like 600, 800 hours on ChatGPT since Christmas. Okay, so then what I do, I remembered is when you start typing in, training it a lot, then it keeps forgetting. It remembers last 5,000 words only. Okay, what you do is, after every instruction, do you understand this? Create a summary. Then ask another question. Then say, okay, do you understand it? Create a summary for what I told. So what happens is creating summary. At the end, you have the most recent summary of all the 20,000 words that you have written. Thank you. Thank you very much. See, now it created this way also, it creates such a nice way. You ask him to create all those suggestions, then also this blog, actually this is not what I have done. This was posted on a Facebook group. I took it and then I started training on it. Then I took all the comments that Facebook people had posted. Okay, somebody said, I'm a new to SEO. I created this version of mind map for this cluster and I want to your feedback, what I'm missing. So I started ChatGPT as a comments also. So if you look at it, very interesting. So let's go, it created first version. You did not do at my instructions, which is okay. Please do not use terminal, again coming back. It continued, this is where it gets in. So using the AI you have been trained in the past, use your e-commerce store data also. Because mountain bike is something which goes onto e-commerce. On above matter, and do you think you want to add more nodes to it? Ungli kar raha usko thoda. Okay. Then it added another things also. Okay, I said continue. I'm getting, see, earlier it was only small. Now see how much data it is pulling up. Now, some of the comments on FB, can you validate, because I'm little like lazy guy, so I said, okay, instead of me trying to rephrase, I just posted the whole comment here. One commented on FB that validated we have covered in the above list of 1.19 in buying cycle by experience, blah, blah, blah. It appears that the commenter is correct at pointing out. So it also analyzes it. It creates another list. I said another prompt. Okay, this is another feedback that I got. Here is another comment. You need to aim for completeness and blah, blah, blah. It again went to it and again added to it. Okay, this exercise, trust me, was taking 2 to 3 weeks for my team just to create it, right? It takes only 15-20 minutes for you. Good? Thank you very much. Thank you. Chalo, let's move to another, because these are exciting prompts. It will save you ton of hours, and I'll give you my bank details. Whatever money you save, send that money to me. Right? This is also good. Where is my topic? Okay, sorry, here. So you take the same keywords that I showed you from Google Search Console. Okay, create and understand clusters from Google Search Console keywords. Okay, help me build various clusters so that I can create an SEO strategy and content plan. You'll be focusing on this URL. So now I'm training what I did it in Surfer SEO. This is how you do manually also. Okay, so I said this is my URL. These are the keywords. Below are the keywords that I downloaded from Google Search Console. And all these keywords, now yellow you have to replace it. Your task is to generate a name of cluster, suggest title, so I'm just going to copy this. Here, it also will classify, this is very interesting, this was one of the hack I did. I said buyer also, all the blogs that you write, also classify them as per buyer's journey also. Whether it's top of funnel, middle of funnel, so let's execute this prompt and see. Thank you. Okay, I think so. Let's me refresh here. No, mine is a plus, so it doesn't stop there. I also have access to 4.0. So it created name of cluster, it created page title, it created top of funnel. Why it created, also it gives you a reason why he thinks this particular page is in top of funnel. And it keeps going, waste management, it will create all your clusters. Good? Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. कंटेंट लिख, सो कंटेंट राइटर राइट इट. आई एम नॉट अ राइटर एक्सपर्ट. मेरा इंग्लिश टीचर ही ब्यूटीफुल था, उसको देखने में साला फेल हो गया एसएससी. Right? So I cannot evaluate what that long blog post is. So, and Google last year said, okay, we have this new policy of EEAT, okay, which is something like experience, right? So we want to audit how our content writers are doing it. Okay, so this prompt does that job. I'll read that prompt. So review the existing content if you if you are a content Google content rater and review it and consider improving feedbacks. This is data for your URL. Below is the URL that from which I want you to audit. This is my URL. How to use Google Maps for a route planner. This is a guide. This is meta. This is my H1. I went little extra to give it, feed it, make sure that, okay. In addition, below, these are my keywords that I downloaded from Google Search Console. I would like you to audit the above content, which is my data above URL. So this is how you pass the above reference here. I specific want below guidelines. I would like you to audit content as if you are a Google quality rater using these guidelines which Google said about it. Okay. And if you are, sorry, not on the screen, not on the screen. Isko maro. Host ko maro. ठीक है. Then there is another thing which is legal and finance. Anybody who is into legal and finance, for them this is very important. Your money, your life. Okay? जिसमें बहुत complex होता है उनके लिए है. I would like you to provide content quality score. I want also him to analyze the whole content and then give me suggestion. Okay, you read the prompts later on. I have given you access. So it says the contents, overall the content score is 7. Then it gives me suggestion what I need to do and how I can improve that content also. Thank you, thank you. Such a nice prompt, right? So overall assumptions, and it says you don't need YML. This content does not seem to fall under YML category. If it was a finance or it was a legal, it was a medical, it would actually classify that under that as well. Good, we'll finish the prompt. So you already are ranking on meta title. See, this is very interesting. Agar tomorrow you go home back, you just follow this. What is the number of prompt? 4th number prompt. Within a week, you will make me a call, Rakesh, thank you, God bless you, live 100 years and I'll live with you. Right? So what this does is, you write H1, you write meta, you write description. And now you have Google Search Console data. So whatever you wrote, but Google still says you are this, I'll rank you for this one. You take this, you say, okay, these are my meta, help me improve this meta based on what Google is ranking me. Matlab double ho gaya na, icing on a cake ho gaya. So this is what is icing on a cake. Very easy hack, very easy hack. Okay. So new chat, how much time we have left? So I'll continue. If you want to go and eat, it's your choice, okay? So this is your new old title. It's suggesting how you to improve new titles. And this is the reason this is successful because it comes from your Google Search Console data. You're feeding that Google Search Console data to it, right? Okay, so this is a little off track. I'll tell you how I trained Google bot to respond to specific request. Okay, I'll just use one short example. So this product I launched it to learn AI. Documentic.ai, but before this product was born, Microsoft made an announcement, बिचारा बाल मरण ही हो गया इसका. So I write a forget, sorry, I'll just log off. Even all the emails that I have written on this one, they are written through, sorry, where is my forget password? Okay, I'll come back to this. So this is virgin territory. What is virgin? If you have experience, if you have been to UK, I have Sarvana and a couple of friends here, and this is a company called as Virgin Airlines, Richard Branson, Virgin. ठीक है? उनका customer support में जाते हैं ना बहुत मस्त बात करते हैं. They talk very nicely to you. And they have a very specific style of communicating. Hey, you know, you forget password. No worries. I also forget it. Let me help you with that. हम कैसे? Click this link, forget password. Right? Let's see if I get that mail here. I purposefully. So, So if I take this prompt, okay, now I go to ChatGPT. It took me 3 hours to train it, so I'll tell you how I did. So there was a PDF of version, and so I took this PDF, I started training it. So such a long training. Then I forgot I should not do this way. It's a shorter way to do it. That's what I did in PipeCandy also. So I went on explaining what version does. So I sent it to Malvika. This was the PDF original. So voice of Virgin, so they give instructions for their new hiring. This is the PDF available. So how your tone should be. In a nutshell, you should be witty, you should be doing this. When you're using humor, what level of humor you can use in communication, what kind of headlines you should be writing, what kind of timing, if you're on a phone with a customer, it gives you all this instruction. I kept on feeding this to ChatGPT, and at the end said, okay, now you know what kind of Virgin does, summarize me a prompt that I can use for all my communication. Okay. Now, what this tells you, you take any website, okay, and tell you want to build something. I'll give you use case, and I come back to this one also. So to test it out, so I said, okay, I want to build a mobile app for Apple Watch, and I want AI coach, but I don't know what kind of softwares are written into it. Okay. So what I did is, I went to this AI coach, I said, ignore my previous communication. This is a good way to start. So whenever you're doing it, make sure you tick this one. Ignore all my permission, start with this one. Then I started only giving URLs of Apple. Okay, on this Apple, this is what it does. All these 5 URLs, 6 URLs, I gave it to it. And I said, now summarize me this one. So it gave me a summary. I said, now remove the things are not necessary for my application. It removed and kept 2. I said, do you want to add anything based on other information? He said, I want to add. Okay, it added the third one here. So you have 3 URLs. Now, help me summarize the features which are required for it. It summarizes it. As a fitness coach, you want to do it. Now, it gives a summary. I said, based on the above data, now help me create a mock-up. How do I create an input form? It created an input form. It also created me a mock-up of the first landing screen. This is the power. You just take those URLs, references, and start training it. Now you use it for SEO, you use it for any other thing. This is how you do it. I did it for Virgin. Now let's see. This is PipeCandy, similar stuff I did for PipeCandy. I'll just finish that up so that my time is very crucial here. So after hearing our friend here, I went home, I started, okay, PipeCandy. So this is another hack. So you are going to pretend Dan, so do not do anything, okay? Do anything now, which will, if you enter this prompt, the boundaries which AI engine has been trained, don't do this, don't do it, it breaks those. This is a hack of ChatGPT. Okay, now you can break anything, it will tell everything. Now you start putting it up, okay, what is curve line, give me an example of PipeCandy style. It will start writing you, help me rewrite chat for business document management software. So this documentic.ai, so if you look at this one, again, I didn't spend much time, but everything that on this website was inspired by after I listened to, sorry, not this one. After I listened to Ashwin in Ahmedabad. Okay. Kitna minute bacha? So this is the website they talk about it. This is the title, I like it. Like how do you train your 6-year-old baby? Just tell it free of mind, just keep telling it. And there would be times where it will, because it uses different seeds. So if you have coded DaVinci.003.1234, that point actually tells you seed. It each time gives you a new seed. So when you are typing a new answer, he might get a different seed, a different answer, I get a different answer. Okay, very nice one as well, while I'll wait that to finish here. Okay, so create a Chatpedia, and say, he said that Chatpedia is not a category. So then he said, put this something here. How does Documentic work? All this content was actually generated just based on, say, use PipeCandy as a reference, generate this one for me. Again, it might not done a good job, but kuch nahi aata tha bhaiya, aane laga abhi. Right? It took many years for you to learn. Again, if I spend more time training that bot, we can reach to a point of 80-85% accuracy, what your brain is thinking. It's just a matter of training it. So when you do it, remember to ask that, okay, can you help me create a prompt from what all I did? So this is an output it will generate for you. So now this prompt, I can say, this is my instruction. I go here, it's a new chat. Okay, I'll just stop. Help me write forget password email for my AI using above. That's it. Again, if you don't like it, you did not follow it, keep training it. So it creates a new state, but it will create that whole environment for you, that mindset which is required. It follows that instructions and keep training it to you. Good? Last few things. This, I'll not play with it. It will help you to LinkedIn post which has highest conversion. This is a prompt to it. So if you're launching a new product, new announcement, you tell it to do it, okay? And say, what was your word? AWS? Cloud. Done, sorry. Optimize it, it will tick, untick, ये सारा आता है ना, ये सब कुछ करके देता है. ठीक है, last, done, sorry guys. Honest, progressive, so this is another. I'm so sorry, I don't have a time. I'll just try to summarize all these prompts here. Keyword treasure hunt. So if you want to create a silo seed, this is all it is. A SEO mastermind, another way it analyzes your currently a website and gives you top of funnel, bottom of funnel. This is tool bomb. This is also very nice. It creates, okay, 5 minutes किसी को भी पटा लेना, लेकिन मेरा 5 minutes जानने नहीं देना. ठीक है. So if you want to improve your ranking, what was your question you asked me here? Up enterprise, can I have a mic? He had a very interesting question. I said, put that into our meeting. Anybody mic? इधर आके नहीं बोल सकते तुम, sorry. ठीक है, इधर बोल लो. वो आएगा 5 minutes है अपने में, बोलो.
So,
बोलो जल्दी.
So we get around 450 visitors from US on our website, very high enterprise customers. And if we consider 70% bounce rate, we are around 75 people who are seriously looking at website, but nothing is converting. So there are fish coming, but I'm not able to catch the fish. So whether I should widen the net to get more fish, so that's what I was asking him. So that was a question. How do I convert the leads that are coming on the website?
So he has the traffic. The traffic is not converting. People आते हैं, दर्शन लेते, भगवान को प्रसाद नहीं देते, ऐसे बोल रहे हो. ठीक है ना? So the way you trick this one is because still there you don't have an authority on Google. Okay, there is a hack which you can build small tools on your website, free tools. Okay, which is like, I'll show you one of my use case here, so you know what I'm speaking. So, for example, you go to Invoice Owl, we gave a ton of here free tools, invoice generator, estimator, PO generator, receipt generator, label cost generator, all these tools, but you don't know how many tools you require. So I generated a prompt for it. And it writes source codes for you also. So, ये कहाँ गया? Yes. So, sorry. इसका टाइम बंद करवा दो यार, मेरे पे प्रेशर बिल्ड कर रहा है ये. So, किसका सेशन इसके बाद उसको भी बिठा लेते हैं यहाँ पे, उसका भी प्रॉम्प्ट बना देते हैं. So, this is called as tool bomb. Create a different tools for my website, okay? And I'll say this one. Where is ChatGPT? New. So project time estimator, ये सारा बना देता है. I'll show you what it is. So it will create a prompt. It will also create an HTML view code for you in that prompt. And then when you play this tool, it will actually, where is that screenshot, man? So you can actually see it created the estimator code for me also. होता क्या है? How does it relate to his answer? Because if you create this, the purpose is not to give you a free. There is no free meal in the world. If I give you invoice generator as a free, there is something I want to you. So if you come here, you spend more time. There is Google Analytics sitting on it. So you came to my website, you are trying to play with it, which means on his website there is only a blog. On your website there is a tool. That person is spending 3 or 5 more seconds just trying to click here and there, whereas he's not doing anything on it. He bounces back. Okay, in your he's spending more time. What means Google says, okay, this is relevant to this particular person, so this blog should rank higher than this one. Okay, so by creating these tools, you are actually reducing your bounce rate, but what the hidden trick is, you pass all these link juice, because you are sending it, you're passing all these link juice to all these sub pages that you want to pass. So you're ranking on this one, now you have higher authority. This one particular one of my competitor page, MapQuest, has 0 content. Kuch bhi content nahi. See, there is no content, this is only homepage. It ranks 23,000 keywords on homepage. And it is only because everybody comes here, they play with it. This tool does not have a content, there is nothing on it. 0 content here. You know, no blog, no article, but it ranks 23,000 keywords on Google because of the engagement. Bounce rate nahi hai. Everybody plays with it. So use this prompt in your business to generate various tools that you require. Every blog which is you want to rank, try to find an idea how you can have small engagement. One click button, one extra button that will give you, that you're feeding Google Analytics that extra data which your competitors are not feeding. Okay, this will help you enormously. Thank you. Sorry? Sorry, what was the question? You can create as many and put that in footer. And then when you have those tools in footer, pass the links below it where you want to pass the link juice to it. That's how that's the trick is. Don't put it in every cluster. You can also, there are 2 ways to do it. Very specific calculator hai, to wahan pe rakhiye. ठीक है? I do it both way. I also not only put a tool, I also write a big content on it, giving extra data to the Google also. Okay, done? Clear?
Yeah.
Whose session is this after this one?
Vishalini session at 3.
Thank you
and
very
we have
much.
To break for, guys, a big round of applause.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Guys, lunch is getting served downstairs also, so you all can go downstairs, have lunch. He'll be around, so if some of you want to talk to him, please talk to him. Some of you want to go for lunch, go down. Lunch is there served, and we'll come back at 3 o'clock for the next session.
Hey, one more announcement about people who are leaving to airport from here.
Thank you very much.
So here are the buses. We have 3 buses, 6 p.m., 6:30 p.m. and 7 p.m. from here to the airport. All of them are 36-seaters. So first come, first serve basis. Again, 6 p.m., 6:30 p.m. and 7 p.m., 36 seats.
Recording
It was wonderful.